this video, we will look at shop floor employees and see how the employee-supervisor relationships functions in Shop Floor Insight. On screen, we can see we are on the shop floor employee list. We can see 4 employees that are created. I wish to point out that I'm currently logged into Business Central using the admin user account. This is the same user account admin that we see here associated to the Supervisor 1 shop floor employee. Let's have a look at worker 1. We can see here this is the shop floor employee card. At the top of the card we see a few buttons: manages, group membership, and reports to. At this point I wish to make worker 1 a subordinate of Supervisor 1. In other words, I want to make worker 1 report to Supervisor 1. Clicking on the reports to or manages will show me essentially the same view, just from different perspectives. In this case here, I wish to select Supervisor 1, being that Supervisor 1 is the supervisor of worker 1. If I was to navigate to the Supervisor 1 card and click on the Manages button, I would see the exact same information, just from the supervisor's perspective. Okay, I also wish to make worker 2 a subordinate of Supervisor 2, and here we can see that the entry has already been created. Okay, let's close all that. At this point, I wish to explain something regarding the visibility of shop floor employees. In Shop Floor Insight, if a supervisor manages one or many employees, he or she will see his own employees, but on the other hand will not see other employees that he or she does not manage. Why is this important? Typically, supervisors will need to review and validate their employee time cards. Therefore, defining the employee-supervisor relationships will ensure that supervisors see the right shop floor employee and the associated time cards. This is especially important in larger companies with many employees on the floor to manage. Now, this logic applies to the shop floor employee list, the time card list, the time card approval page, among others. There is, however, an exception to this, and that is the function permission. Let's go look at the function permission. Okay, if an entry exists here for a BC user, in this case admin, and that entry has the post checkbox turned on, what this does is to disregard, or I should say override, the reports to manages relationships. This essentially gives the Business Central user the permission to post time cards. Therefore, if I, admin, have post on, I will also not only be able to post time cards, I will also see all of the shop floor employees, regardless if I manage them or not. At this point, I have it turned on. Let's turn it off and see what happens. Let's navigate to the shop floor employee list. And we can see here that all of a sudden, we do no longer see worker 2 and supervisor 2. That is because I, myself, being admin user, I am supervisor 1, therefore I will see my own employee, and I also see all the employees that I manage. Let's have a look at the time card page. Now you will see here I see 2 time cards. Time card 1 for worker 1 and my own time card for supervisor 1. Let's go back to the function permission. I'm going to turn the post checkbox back on, and I will come back to the time card page. We can now see that there are actually 4 time cards in the system right now. Let's look at the time card approval page. Now, this page here also has a filter saying only show managed employees. This exists in the very same fashion of the relationship reports to and manage. Therefore, if I myself being a supervisor come into this page, I will therefore see all of the time cards that are ready to be approved. In this case, I have the following time cards. This concludes the video on shop floor employees.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content.